Hey guys, it's Hank here. We told you I was going to be at Comic-Con, and as you can see, I am at Comic-Con. I'm here at the Warner Brothers booth, and we got a lot of Comic-Con footage coming, but before we get to any of that, we got to get to this week's AMC Thursday ticket. So I'm going to send it back to the studio to Alicia and Kaleigh. Let's go.
Thanks, Hank. Hi, everyone, and welcome to AMC's Thursday Ticket. I'm joined by my co-host, Alicia.
Hi, guys.
So as Hank mentioned, him and our producer, Matt, are in San Diego at Comic-Con this week. We are going to have lots of stuff on our social channels this week to come towards you, and we're going to talk about what you guys can look forward to. But stay tuned, because later in the show, we're going to be talking about this week's releases, Equalizer 2 and Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. So, Alicia, do you have some things that they can look forward to on our social channels from Comic-Con?
Yeah, of course. So the first thing I want to mention to you guys is earlier today, Hank sat down with the cast of The Predator. So that's Keegan-Michael Key, Thomas Jane, Alfie Allen, and Yvonne Strahovski, excuse me. So we sat down with them to talk about the upcoming film. That's going to be something that's pretty exciting. I think you guys are going to love.
Yeah, and tomorrow morning we are going to be live on Facebook talking to Greg Sipes as he becomes Beast Boy from Teen Titans. So you're going to get to see a behind-the-scenes look of all of the makeup and all of the details and everything that goes into that. I'm pretty excited for that one, so don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this one just because it's becoming, and so someone's going to transform into looking like normal to not looking normal. So you're definitely going to want to see that one. We also are going to speak with Emma from Fanbolt. Emma is a proclaimed girl geek, and she's going to talk to us about her experience at Comic-Con, some of her favorite superheroes, and then what she's looking forward to coming up in the film calendar. So we're pretty excited. We have a lot of stuff for you guys for Comic-Con. Like Kaleigh said, stay tuned on all of our social media channels. We're going to give you everything you need to know from Comic-Con.
Yeah, so this week is our week of sequels. Like I said, we have Equalizer 2, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and Unfriended the Dark Web. All sequels, so let's get started because your weekend movie guide starts right now. Calling all of you ABBA fans, the time is finally here. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is in theaters this weekend. This is where Sophie learns all about her mother's past while pregnant herself. So we have a special behind-the-scenes look of the cast learning one of the classic dance numbers from the film. Let's take a look at that.
Just one look and I can hear it going.
I've been rehearsing and learning the dances and the numbers with my dynamos, and we just have a total riot.
Mamma Mia.
The girls have been in rehearsal for 2 months. I'm completely and utterly thrilled.
Well done, girls. That's lovely.
We started to create these friendships of Donna, Tanya, and Rosie.
We've bonded so much.
Stand by, ladies.
It's difficult stuff, and the girls are doing so well.
It's like being in the girl band, which I've always wanted to be in.
What a crazy day when I kissed the
The energy these lovely young actresses bring to this is fantastic.
So they've done a real good job there. The second time was perfect.
Let's boot up, please.
That's how a dynamo has her shoes.
Go.
It's the coolest experience.
Let it go a little further.
There's a real strong feeling of girl power.
Smashed it.
It's going to be total chaos.
when I kiss the teacher.
Okay, guys, now that ABBA songs are stuck in your head, we have a question for you. What is your favorite ABBA song? So first, you guys put it in the comment section like always. We want to hear from you. Favorite ABBA song of all time or of right now. Kaleigh, what's yours?
So I was going to say Dancing Queen, but I think like subconsciously it's Mamma Mia just because it's been in my head for like the last week and a half. I'm constantly Mamma Mia, whether I like it or not. So I think it's just my favorite song because I'm always singing it. What about you?
Dancing Queen. Like, easy. I just feel like I just can picture a disco ball and someone doing some 70s, like, good dancing, not like I just did right there. But yeah, so that's my favorite one. So yeah, again, guys, put it in the comment section, your favorite ABBA song. We want to hear from you. So now next, we're going to talk about our next sequel, Equalizer 2, starring Denzel Washington, who I'm kind of a fan of, a little bit.
If you guys have watched the show, once, twice, whatever, you know that anytime Alicia can mention her man, Denzel Washington, she's going to. And I just think that she deserves an absolute round of applause because she met the man, the myth, the legend, and she was calm, cool, and collected, everyone. So very impressed.
I don't know,
Alicia.
I don't know about calm, cool, and collected, but
Security wasn't called,
no,
so it's a win.
it wasn't. And it was a highlight of my career. It was just a pleasure to meet Mr. Denzel Washington. So if you're watching, which I'm pretty sure you are, it was awesome to meet you. So Equalizer 2. So Equalizer 2, it brings back Robert McCall. It is Denzel's first sequel. That is a fun fact. He doesn't do things twice, and he's doing it for this one, so that tells you it's a big movie and that you should see it.
Says a lot about the franchise, so to speak, that he's willing to come back to do a second one because that's how good it's going to be.
Yeah, and he's teaming up with Antoine Fuqua. He is the director, and Ashton Sanders, who you guys might have remembered from Moonlight. He's in this film as well, and Melissa Leo, who's returning. So, again, I got to sit down with the cast and talk to them about the film, and this is what they said.
I was your partner for 7 years, Mac. It's a mistake to go to war with him.
It's go time.
They're going to war with me.
Well, AMC movie fans, you should see it because it's exciting, it's intense, it's got great action, but you'll be surprised about emotionally how it will make you feel.
This is a thrilling movie for me to be a part of. In the heart of the film, on a single close-up shot of Mr. Washington and that young boy Ashton, there is some words that are spoken that if I am a tiny part of this movie, I could not be more proud.
It's a lot of action, a lot of gore. You know, and if you're into that type of stuff, man, it's for you, man. Yeah. Come have some fun. It's going to be a fun time. Who are you, Jackie Chan?
So, you guys already know that I'm pretty excited for this film, but I want to let you guys know that the buzz is, if you haven't seen the first Equalizer, you can still really enjoy Equalizer 2 because it's one of those sequels that really stands on its own. Don't take my word for it because I'm a super big Denzel Washington fan. Go see it for yourself and make your own opinion. So, what else we got coming to the theaters today?
So, another sequel, continuing on our theme of sequels for the week, we have Unfriended Dark Web. So this is the sequel to Unfriended, and this is about a boy who acquires a laptop, and the original owner of the laptop is not only watching him through the laptop, creepy, but is doing anything in his power to get this laptop back. Super mysterious, super creepy, in a relevant time for when we all have computers, we all have webcams, we all have iPhones and things, so super spooky.
I'm freaked out just hearing the synopsis. But this movie is very mysterious. There's not a lot of stuff out there about it, which makes me say, like, it probably is going to be something good and kind of mysterious. So we don't have any more to say about this film than that, but you guys should see it because there's a lot of mystery around it. So that's your horror movie for the week if you're into horror films.
So that does it for your weekend movie guide. We are going to get into our independent films. Your AMC Independent Spotlight is starting right now. The first film that we have in our AMC Independent Spotlight is Leave No Trace. This is a limited release, and this is about a father and a daughter who are living a non-conforming lifestyle. They're actually living in a state park. They live in a tent. They have no cell phones. They hunt for their food until the authorities step in and say, this is not how you should be raising a child. You can't live on the state park property. You need to put your daughter in a real home. So this kind of starts a conversation is, should we detach more from modernization? Should we not have cell phones? It's kind of the debate on how to raise a child. We have a really cool featurette video talking to the director about this important conversation. Let's take a look at that.
When the film opens, we find two people living very quietly in a park. You don't know exactly why they're there and who they are.
The dad and the daughter, Will and Tom, have cut themselves off from civilization and are living in the forest. And the dad's a veteran and he's suffering with PTSD.
The internal scars of war have marked Will in a way in which he finds his peace in nature and has decided to raise his daughter a bit more simply.
Will it cook a mushroom?
It should cook a mushroom.
They're detected. Since it's public land, they're no longer allowed to live there.
You alone out here? My daughter's with me.
They're taken out of the park by social services and moved to a house.
And their removal from the park causes a new set of issues.
I think it might be easier on us if we try to adapt.
We're wearing their clothes, we're in their house, we're eating their food, we're doing their work. We have adapted.
I am drawn to stories where people are not born into any kind of entitlement and privilege. They are working very hard to survive.
It's not a crime to be unhoused, but it's illegal to live on public land.
Winterborn was the first time I was introduced to Deborah's work, and I loved it.
She's an intellect and interested in the human condition in a merciless way. She is always looking for the truest exchange.
Did you even try? 'Cause I can't tell.
We've lost so much knowledge. Our ancient ancestors knew how to light a fire in the rain. They knew how to get water from many different sources.
Dad, this wood is really good for feathering.
Deborah called me and asked if I would train up the actors, which was such a wonderful experience.
Nicole is someone who excels in primitive skills, and that is a really substantial subculture in our country.
We worked with Nicole, and it was an intensive survival wilderness education.
It's gonna keep the heat close to your body.
We were learning how to make fires and listening to bird signals and just kind of being alert.
It's not a drill.
They're soulful individuals who what they aspire for no longer fits with the mainstream.
Your dad needs to provide you shelter and a place to live.
He did.
Non-conforming Americans will always be of deep interest because it takes so much to not conform. How did refusing a phone become a big deal in our culture?
If we had a phone, I could have called you.
Always been able to communicate without all that. We're so disconnected in this culture from nature, but it's not lost. It's just noisy. So, though Will and Tom certainly make a lot of mistakes, these are people searching for connection.
Where's your home?
With my dad.
People are going to come out of that movie with opinions. There's going to be debate. Should we be living in harmony with nature? Should we be living in modern household? What does it mean to raise a child in a way that is acceptable?
What I like for people that enjoy a story that I might put out in the world is to leave it asking questions.
So, Kaleigh, could you do it? Could you live off the grid?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's nice every once in a while to turn off your cell phone and maybe go for a weekend and live in a tent. But I don't know if I could. I need some air conditioning. It's hot.
I hear you. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't need to think about it. There's no way.
Not even for a weekend? Would you go? Alicia could go glamping. We could glamp.
I could camp. I could glamp. I'm not doing that for the rest of my life. No, there's no way. So, but those are our opinions. You guys see the movie, form your own opinion, and tell us about it. We always like to hear from you. Okay, so our next film in AMCI Spotlight is Blind Spotting. So Blind Spotting stars two best friends who also co-wrote this film, and they're from Oakland. So shout out to those folks that are following along and watching from Oakland, because I know you guys are super excited for this. It stars David Diggs and Rafael Casa, again, two best friends from Oakland that wrote the film. It is about the intersection of race and class in Oakland while it's gentrifying. So that is a hot topic and something that I cannot wait to see. So this film is actually only in 5 theaters this week, but guys, don't get upset. It's probably gonna expand, and then you can see it in the one near you if it doesn't, if it's not playing in your theater this weekend. So we're just gonna let you know where it is playing. So first we have Metron 16 in San Francisco, Lincoln Square 13 in New York City, Hoffman 22 in Hagerstown, Maryland, and
we also have Century City in Los Angeles and River East in Chicago. So like Alicia said, this is going to be expanding over the weeks to come, so make sure you guys check amctheaters.com to see when and if this is playing at a theater near you.
Yep, so that's all of our independent films this week. Now we're going to talk about our special offers.
Our first exclusive offer we've talked about a couple times now. It is for Mission Impossible. If you guys buy a ticket between now and July 29th, you will be entered to win the BMW bike that is like the one that they filmed with Tom Cruise in the movie.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting, guys. And again, we've talked about this, but we keep telling you because this is a really big giveaway. That motorcycle goes crazy fast, and it's pretty exciting, and you're going to be just like Tom Cruise. If you get it, that's not the truth, but you can pretend like you are.
Yeah. Make sure you wear your helmet. I hope it comes with a helmet.
Yeah, so our other offer is, again, something we've talked about in the past, but it's AMC Stubs A-List. So it's been around for a couple of weeks now, and people are pretty excited about being able to see 3 movies a week. That's a lot of movies. They're also pretty excited, and I know this because they've been talking to us in our comment section. They love that they can see it in any format they want. So they can see it in IMAX and Dolby and Big D,
3D.
and 3D, anything you want. Any format you want. You can see in all the different formats. You can see the same movie in all the different formats, which I think is pretty exciting. You can see the differences between all of them. So people are excited. We're still excited, and you should join in case you haven't already. So if you want more information about AMC Stubs A-List, go to amcstubs.com/A-List.
I think that does it for us this week. Make sure that you guys are following along throughout the remainder of the weekend to keep up with Hank and Matt at Comic-Con in San Diego. We will have lots of stuff coming your way.
Yeah, and to get your tickets for any or all of the movies that we talked about, go to amctheaters.com or on our mobile app. So that's all for us. Guys, we'll see you at the movies. Bye.